good, fellas?
What's up? What's up?
Glad
what's
to have
up?
y'all here, man. Glad to have y'all here, man.
We here.
I really appreciate y'all taking the time.
Do better media. You already know.
Yeah, so why don't y'all introduce yourselves?
Well, y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Tbear. You know what I'm saying? I'm with GFG Records, and you know I'm part of that Do Better crew. So if you knew better, you do better. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
And we are here with the special
star
guest.
of the show.
You know what I'm saying?
The star of the show.
The special guest.
Took the time here to be with us.
You know what I mean? On a Monday. You know everybody don't like Monday, so the fact that he came here today, we got to treat him with much respect. What's happening, homie?
What's going on?
All right.
Thanks for having me. Again, as they said, this is Klazik. That's two words making one. Classified sick equals classic.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
Man, legendary shit.
Hell yes. We are about to go into it. Anything you want to say before we get started?
Oh, yeah, I'm just glad to have you here. So, to get started, I had seen that you had posted about something about rappers if they felt rusty. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you made a statement that said, from my era.
Yeah.
I was wondering what era that was.
Oh, my era.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My era, I was inspired by the 90s. Born in the 80s.
Yes.
Hit my time.
So that's why I was wondering. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Because I definitely came from the era where you had to be outside to really rap.
Right, man.
Love it.
So I saw that.
I actually felt that post. I was like, yes, all right.
They need us, man.
That's what you were saying.
They need us.
Yes.
So shout out to being needed, man.
100%.
Because I seen you say that, and I felt that way. I be telling Smooth and other legendary rappers around here the same thing, man.
Oh, they keep me going.
They be inspiring me. So guys like you, because you be going. Yeah. So there's definitely still a passion there.
You know 100%.
What I'm saying?
And fortunately for me, I never stopped.
Okay.
So, but the thing about it is, you don't know you're getting rusty. You know you was nice whenever, and then whatever made you put it down. But you don't know you need to open. You don't know those hinges need to move until it's time to open the door. But when they're rusted, and you know, it might break you down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that feeling. I just went through that myself, man. I took a nice little four-month break. You know what I'm saying? Watched my homie Russ just put in work, drop stuff, put in work, drop stuff, put in work, drop stuff. And it was tough. You know what I mean? For me to watch that, because I mean, we're such a, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If I see him working, I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough to actually see him, but I just needed it because I felt like I had so much going on. The tour, like the shows, and I was like, man, and plus that, and plus work too.
Right.
I was just like, man, there's too much going on. So I took a break. But when I came back, I found out you just can't hop back up into it like that. You know what I mean? Wes was sitting there like this. Ooh, we got a beginner here.
It'll get to you, especially when you know what you used to do.
Yeah.
Like something as simple as being comfortable in the booth again.
Right. Exactly. As comfortable as a hook.
Yeah.
For me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly, I haven't rode a bicycle in so long, I might be uncomfortable if I got on one.
Right.
I can still do it, but, you know, I'm going to be a little wobbly.
Right.
So let me ask you this. What is something that's kept you motivated?
I genuinely enjoy rapping.
I love to hear that.
I like to
love to hear that.
Yes.
I love to hear that, man.
So involve that, you love creating as well.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about, you know, where you come from, man. Like, well, where did it all start? You know what I mean? Let's talk about it then.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about where the creating came from.
The story begins in East Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
Shout out to Ohio.
All right.
Born and raised. Yeah, started out in East Cleveland, then moved to the west side of Cleveland. Got serious about rapping in the mid '90s, you know, and I say my primary inspiration was Biggie.
Okay, yeah. It was all a dream.
You know, I'm from New York, like you said, so I love what I'm hearing.
Well, at that time, the East Coast was dominant.
Yes.
The East Coast was the dominant force in rap.
Yes. My friends would always, you know, I was telling them, they was like, what, you didn't like Wu-Tang? I'm like, well, I mean, it was them. It was everybody I was listening to. It was like I just had East Coast on me, and then all of a sudden someone showed me the West Coast, and I was like, okay, let me go over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all I heard was East Coast when I heard them.
And then being in the Midwest, you know, we didn't really have a dog in any fight.
Exactly.
You know, however, another thing I always want to point out to people, like, can you imagine what music would be without the Midwest, period?
That is That's a fact.
Because you got the Jackson family, you got Babyface, you got Prince, you got Roger Troutman, you got Bootsy Collins, like,
Keep
you
it
know,
going.
you got L.A. Reid. You know, what would music be without the Midwest? Even though we've never had a run as far as like what New York had, like the South has.
Shout out to
like
New
the
York.
West Coast, like the
Shout
West
out to
Coast.
New York.
has, you know, I would love for the Midwest to dominate like the other regions have. But
I mean,
we've
but
given them-
Well, so what about Atlanta? Like, what is that considered the South then?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
of
sure.
course, yeah,
Sure.
Oh yeah,
100%.
And that's that. You know, they always gonna rep that. You know, you heard them, King of the South. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we know that.
See, you know, I feel like Detroit probably it almost feels like Eminem is separated from Detroit a little bit because
His
Detroit
style
definitely
is
had a
so
run, and Kanye
unique.
Chicago.
yeah.
But I feel like the Midwest almost doesn't have like a common kind of theme to it. How the South has a common theme, Texas
Right.
Well, we
has a
almost
common
had the-
theme.
we
The
almost-
Midwest feels separated a little bit, kind of.
We almost had the fast rap. You know what I mean? Like,
Almost, no. You guys kind of own that.
Yeah,
no?
like
Ain't no
I mean, that's
almost
our lane.
with
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You
So, I mean-
you take ownership over that, right?
Yeah.
Because
So-
whether it was Cleveland or Chicago,
Right.
Yeah.
still Midwest.
The chopping. So like, I mean, we have ours, you know, but it's not what everybody likes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're not gonna just be like, oh yeah, y'all own chopping. They won't just say that in a nice
No,
conversation.
not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, you know, we have the like I said, we have some of the most unique artists in general, but when you get into rap, you
Nelly.
got Common, Nelly,
Yo, Nelly was
Kanye.
super slept on at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Being a dude from New York and looking back, we were so hard on Nelly.
Right.
And when I listen to him now, compared
He
to
was-
maybe some of the newer rappers
Yeah.
that I hear, I'm like, dog, that's
You see why we
talent,
was
son.
going nuts.
Yo, it's talent. Some of that.
You see
the
why we
way
was
he
going
brought
nuts.
that. Yeah, he was slept on. I feel like Nelly got slept on.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. I mean,
You can't say he slept on if he sold 10 million.
there it is. Yeah.
I guess when I say
Off-
slept
off
on,
one
I
album.
meant in the lyricist discussion.
yeah.
'Cause that's what I mean. Like slept
Yeah.
on as a talent.
Yeah.
No, for sure. He definitely wasn't slept on as an artist. But he was actually
made
way
his
more
money.
talented than he got credit for, I think.
Yeah. And now you know it sucks to see the turmoil after all these years that they still going at it. They still beefing and having internal issues.
Like a
Yeah.
heavy too. Heavy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: you hip to Fat Al? Cleveland?
No.
Okay, I was wondering. Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, no, he's a rapper from Cleveland.
Is he
used to
current?
No, he used to run around with LeBron and stuff back in the day.
Oh, okay. Well, when LeBron
It's the
started
Fat
coming up,
Al. We done came down. Not. Oh, that was a big Cleveland banger.
I'm not familiar. But I also went off. I
was about
went
to say
boot
that.
camp in 03. So
I was about to say that.
So let's continue. So
Yeah, and so is that something you want to talk about, or
Yeah.
yeah, because that's a big deal.
Yeah.
you know, obviously.
continue. So
So you went to boot camp,
Yeah.
and what did that turn into?
going into boot camp, I was almost 22 years old. Turned into me doing a total of 9 years, 4 months, and 28 days active duty.
all right.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
hold on a second. Matter of fact, hold on.
Right. Jeez. They like Tbear.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
No, that's a big deal. So that's a big deal.
It's the single best decision I could have made in my life. Big turning point in my life. I don't recommend anybody goes to the military because that's a solo decision, a heavy decision
Right.
that you have to carry.
I had
I-
a vet on here said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, they would have been like, I already know it wouldn't have been that long before I rang that bell. You know what I mean? Like,
It worked out for me, but it might not work out for
right,
you.
exactly. I'm just, whew, I do a lot of things before breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
That I think that leads to an interesting point.
Yeah.
Was there a hip hop element at all in the service? Like, was there any rapping going on in the chow halls ever, or any battles, any ciphers? Was there any hip hop at all?
A little bit. A couple deployments. I did a total of 3, and 2 of them I participated in the talent show. I won 1 year, came in second another year.
Fire.
But I never completely stopped rapping. I stopped recording and putting things out, but I never stopped creating.
That's what's up. What's up? So where did the passion for rapping come from? Like, I mean, I know you have your, you know, you listening to hip hop and all that, but like, what was the breaking point of it?
The passion comes from this goes back to my upbringing. So,
Yes. Let's go. Let's do it.
I was born in the early 80s. So when I was a kid, crack was new.
Right.
And crack got my whole family. So when I started rapping, it kind of helped me to overcome my lack of social skills.
Okay.
So everything I wore until I was old enough to work came from thrift stores and secondhand stores, and shoes from Payless. And I didn't go to the barber shop until I could buy my own haircut, pay for my own haircut and stuff like that. So, and then it's just socially, I just never had any luck socially.
Okay.
So I tried to use rap and being good at rap to be able to make friends.
Oh, okay. So that's how you introduce yourself, was just come up to somebody and just start spitting. Just start spitting that.
It didn't work out. but you know, and it just became something I enjoyed. And then, you know, if you've seen Cannabis recently, like he's done some interviews in recent years, like he sat down with a couple platforms, and his story is kind of similar. Eminem's story is kind of similar. You know, just
we all like that.
And it's just like you zero in on this lyricism and being able to rap technically very well, just to try and overcome some type of social barrier that you got.
Yeah, see, I didn't have the just to go up and talk to everybody like that. Like, a lot of people had to come up and talk to me, or they like hear me like sitting there singing, because before I knew I could sing, I would just be sitting there just ad-libbing vocals and stuff like that, just because I have what my cousin KT, or one of my cousins that was singing over the weekend, they was doing something, and it's still stuck in my head. So I'm at school doing the same thing, and then people will come up and be like, whoa, I didn't know you could sing like that. You know what I mean? And so that's, you know what I mean? That was
singer, KT? KT
yes, that's my cousin.
That's your cousin? Okay.
That's my cousin,
Right.
yes. She is very talented. When I tell you, like, she could just sit there in the room and hear the adults just talking, and she'll come back and we'll be like, what they talking about out there? And instead of just telling us, she'll just come up with the song and just like explaining the whole thing to us. Like, so like we've been like that, we're freestyling, singing us like that. And so when I was doing it in school, that's how I made my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah, I mean, even my ability to make friends still follows me up until recent years. So I've been told I'm unapproachable since I was 16.
That's crazy, because when I met you at
Guitar Center.
Yeah, when I met you at Guitar Center, you was just getting some stuff. I'm like, what's that do? And that's how we met each other, and we just, you know what I mean? I found out that you was here in Des Moines making music and all that, and all of a sudden you was like, hey, I know Tony the Boss. I'm like, whoa, I just became friends with him on Facebook. Like, and all of a sudden I just saw y'all grow.
Yeah, and we got the same name.
So, yes, me. I am Tyrone. This is Tyrone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Two T's.
We don't
Watch the
meet,
cheese at the same time.
We don't meet too many. You know, it's not too many Tyrones.
Hey, we telling these women, stop singing that song to me. I don't sing that song to me and talking about come pick up another man's stuff. You crazy. You want me to do that? Make sure I'm coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't be doing that.
Okay, so deployed some talent shows, so you kept the passion for it.
Yes.
So then you come home.
Yep.
You wrap all that up. What does the transition into making music look like? Do you hit the ground running? Is there kind of a...
Oh, no.
Yeah, so kind of talk to us about how that...
Well, in Virginia, I'm in the Tidewater region, so the Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, you know, in that area, known as the Seven Cities. You know, they have a very thriving independent music scene, a lot of studios, a lot of quality producers, a lot of open mic events. But you still have to get tapped in. You still have to start going out there and you know, making your mark. Yeah. So I didn't make my first local friend, because that's the thing. You're so self-contained when you're in the military. So, you know, if you don't have friends in your division that you're moving around with, it's going to be hard to make friends with the locals there, because that military presence, the military service members get looked at like marks from the locals.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, that's and something that most people don't know. Not almost, at just about every military station or base is in the ghetto. So, and you know, you're a lick to the locals. The dudes is a come up for benefits for the ladies. The dude, you know, so it's not easy and they know you're military, you know,
Right.
because at the time, you know, they started letting people have beards now, but you can look at something, they're clean shaven, they're, you know.
Yeah,
So when I finally started making friends, the first friend I made was somebody I'm still friends with to this day, Timothy T-Riffic Napper. He's an engineer. He's an all around do it all type of guy. He recorded me in the studio in Virginia Beach, and he was the first friend I made. And then I ended up in about '09. I got an agreement with a local management team that was doing some big things, and you know, things started snowballing there, and I got a little active.
All right.
Yeah.
Shoot. So, how do we meet Tone? Like,
Well,
how do we
okay.
get there? Or is that too far ahead?
No, not at all. I got out the Navy in 2012, stayed in Virginia a few years, moved up here in Marion, which is a suburb of Cedar Rapids, in 2017.
Okay.
And
Y'all just started just click from the moment.
I was half out. I was half out of trying to make music at that time. And I attended a summer jam in like 2020. And I didn't really meet and start working with Tone until about 2021.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I started off just taking pictures because I just wanted to be around because I thought like maybe it wasn't for me. Maybe I missed it. And so I was just, however I could be in the mix, I was taking pictures because I picked up a lot of skills that revolve around rapping or making music just because, you know, you need them. And then so I can do a little bit of photo, video, a little bit of editing, a little bit of
All
graphic
around
design.
ground pound. I see that. Let's look.
Yeah,
So I guess you could just say you have a passion for art.
I guess so.
All right, that's
so.
what's up, man.
When I was younger, I could draw when I was younger, but I stopped that, and now I lost that. And Tone ended up doing a cipher around Halloween, and I participated in that. After that,
It's caught it back.
back in the
All right. So any albums that you know what I mean? That you want to share?
I have not done an album yet. I have a couple EPs and some singles. My most recent single is "Get to You," which came out in September, featuring DJ Luke Nasty and Tony
How did
Boss.
that come about?
Man, last December, I participated in a conference up in Wisconsin Dells, and they had a competition. I ended up winning, and one of the prizes.
Shout
I
out
got-
to him, man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about, man.
one of the prizes was I got a verse from Luke Nasty.
That's what's up, man. I was always scared about those, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like actually getting into some of the contests like that.
Well, you got to do it though, because
Right.
you got to at least take a shot just to see what's real and what's not.
Right.
Because everybody has a presentation like it's the real thing, but you got to at least give it a shot.
Right. Thing.
No, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, shoot. Let's get back into it. Like, I want to know because me personally, man, I love when the person tells me how the creating process is that they go about. So, what is your creating process when you start making a song?
My process is I haven't written a verse down to create it since about '03.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I use voice recorders. So back at that time, it wasn't smartphones, so I would buy voice recorders from like Radio Shack or something. I still got a couple of them.
That era.
And then now on smartphones, every smartphone has a voice recorder app.
Yeah.
I got like 1,000 of them on this phone I got right now.
So you just that's crazy. Wait, so I had to think about it because I think that's what KT does too. You just sit there and you just record your stuff, and then that's how you just get your 16 gun.
Yeah, I piece it together, and you know I keep a lot in my head. I got a lot of stuff that just in memory, but
Yeah.
when I'm creating, I go back and forth between the voice recorder and.
Man, my homie Yellow does the same thing. Like y'all, that's incredible. I promise you. I'm still. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is still writing it in the phone.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Like I can't. Oh man, I would lose a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What I used to write, but
Yeah.
I've never typed it. When I wrote, I actually wrote,
Right.
pen and pad. But I got into this because when I would get in the flow of things, the thoughts would come too fast, and I would either forget what I was writing, or I would miss the new idea, and the stream of thought would
I
come
guess
too
I can
fast.
see that because I overlap a lot of this myself.
Yeah, and then so But if you start to practice doing that, you get to perfect how you perform.
Right.
Because when you're reading it, you got to focus on reading, and you're
Right.
not performing. You're not focused on putting that energy in the mic when you're recording. Or
Okay, yeah. So trying to do two things at once.
Right, you can't focus on two things at the same time. So based on the way I create, it's like I already have it memorized by the
So like
time I'm
performing.
recording. So so I'm not focused on remembering or reading. I'm focused on performing and laying it down the right way.
That's genius because KT's almost the same way, and I hate refreshing it back her, but she is. She records. She records everything, and she'll even like send it to me to listen to. So that is incredible that you guys can do that. I've yet to try it. I will. I will try it.
Give it a shot,
Yeah,
man.
I'm going to try it because I can only imagine what that's like to actually just sit there and perform it and then record it like that.
Yeah.
I guess I've done it before because I've had a lot of songs that I performed before I even recorded it, and then I can just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and just record it like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that to a fresh 16.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean? So that's incredible, man.
only
That's like
make you
that
better.
Lil Wayne and Jay-Z's, most rapper type stuff. You know what I mean? That actually on that level. That's crazy. I love that inspiration.
So you had mentioned Big.
Yeah.
What were some of your other music? Because you have a kind of an eclectic background.
Yeah.
So what are some of your other musical influences?
If we go to a different style of music, I love Marvin Gaye's sound.
Yes, sir.
What's going on and ecology and that sound, and the Isley Brothers, the smooth stuff. I love smooth
for sure.
sounding music.
Absolutely.
And on the rap side, at that time, DMX was a favorite. Method Man.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, DMX. Method Man was a favorite. My current favorite rapper is still Fabulous.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And
Okay.
Yeah. Look,
Things are making a little more sense now as I listen to some, you know what I mean? Because being from New York, so making a little more sense. I love to hear this.
Yeah,
Just to be honest with y'all.
And
I
then-
love to hear this.
My favorite new rapper or young rapper is Akeem Ali, the guy that does Kimi Casanova.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my favorite new guy.
So right now I'm into. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still. I can't even get out of Usher. You know what I mean? Chris Brown. You know what I mean? I can't. I mean, you know what I mean? They keep coming up with hits. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to. I try to. I try. Don't get me wrong. I listen. Is her name Tim? Their name is right. I think.
Oh,
her name
Tim's,
is, yeah.
yeah.
I listen to her. She's incredible. I'm gonna mess up this name. Is it SZA?
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 She's incredible. You know what I mean? Drake, I listen to Drake. I listen to everything. I ain't gonna lie. You've asked Wes. Wes will tell you he's the one that listens to T-Pain. He's the one that listens to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I go pop. You know what I mean? I bought. And I ain't afraid to say it. You know what I mean?
Clearly, because you enunciated like a
I bought my girl.
Yeah, he let us know.
Yeah, I bought a lot
I
of
shelled
stuff.
out my hard cold
Yeah,
cash. You know what I mean?
ain't a lot of streaming over here because Wes make fun of me. That's one thing about G. He'll pull out his records. You know what I mean? That he bought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something that he always says is like if you want them to take you serious and
Right.
buy your stuff, you got to be still out there buying other people's stuff as well. So
That's something we gotta bring that back as well. There's
Exactly.
a lot of stuff that died with us that we have to bring back because the people coming behind us, they don't know
Yeah.
cassettes and CDs and all
records.
of that.
I'm with you, but how do we do it without coming off sounding like
Oldies?
the old heads? You know what I mean? Because
We have to show the money. We have to show them where the money is.
that's a big fact. But also, because this came up on a podcast that we had did the other day about how music consumption has changed so much.
Yeah.
Because it's so quick.
Right.
So nobody sits with anything.
Right.
So they never got to experience
Right.
getting the album.
So they don't know
and
what they missing out.
sitting with it.
Yeah. They don't know
Like
what they missing
I
out on.
remember like when It Was Written came out or like
Yeah.
some of the Jay-Z albums,
East
at least for me,
99.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
sure like
Yeah,
I actually
Doggy Style.
oh
You know
my
what I'm
god.
saying?
son.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
I had a Sony and oh man, so they never really got that experience either.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
just a different feel.
I mean, most of them probably do because, like, we can sit here and say that, they probably don't. You know what I mean?
Well, we know they don't because the access to music is just different.
You're right,
Yeah.
exactly. But I mean, I can actually say that I listened to a whole NBA Youngboy because I wanted to know. I wanted to know what the fuss was about, you know, for NBA
Right.
YoungBoy. You know what I mean? So I actually sat and listened to it, and I'm like, I can see how they do. Love
No,
this.
yeah, I have
You know
some
what
new guys I like,
Yeah,
for sure.
like
Yeah.
his first off, the beats are incredible. Yeah,
It's a different time,
Makes
though.
me want
Right.
to, you know, get up in there. You know what I mean? So, but I do want to. I always, you know, me and Wes, we're talking about it. Like that's the reason why we still every new album we try to come out and get the the CDs.
But
Just
how
so
do we
people can-
sell that to the younger generation?
It has to.
Well, I mean, I can sell it easy to them. I mean, it's cool getting the streams. You can still get the streams, but wouldn't it be fun to sell out your CD like E40 did?
Oh, as far as
Trump?
physical
They're-
media,
they're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
tell
get
you,
it. They're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
tell
get
you
it.
something crazy about physical media, though. There's a guy. He used to own a record store downstairs called the Underground Rock Shop. You might remember. It was downstairs in this same building.
Yeah.
He actually lives in the White House right out here.
Okay.
So we've chopped it up a few times. He now has a store in the mall, in Merrill Hay Mall.
Yeah.
Not far from here, right?
Okay.
Yo, he told us he averages between $800 and $1,000 a week in cassettes that he sells. And then, so this is how he came up to me and Frank. Shout out to Frank. Yo, we was out there and he said, hey, can you guys help me get some local rappers to put their music in my store? And I told him, I said, I don't think anybody does physical media anymore. He said, well, somebody came in kind of giving me shit about not having any local rappers, but I have all the local bands.
Yeah.
He said,
Right.
but they're still doing physical media.
Yeah.
He
Right.
literally said this to us. He's like, they bring me records, they bring me
Right.
cassettes, they bring me CDs.
That's what I'm saying, like-
He's like, so I have
Like
an
there was-
entire market
Yeah.
of bands and singers who are bringing me physical media.
I'll bring him some stuff.
Talk to
No,
him.
listen, rats, for sure, he would love that. But to the
But,
conversation,
yeah, so I
sure.
mean, not a lot of these rappers probably know that outlets out there.
because no, they definitely don't. But
Yeah.
also, there is something to be.
But it's also in the culture. It's not a part of the rapper culture anymore.
Exactly.
But what about rap is a young man's game as well? Some of these people who are going to buy these bands' records are an older customer base.
Right.
Those $1,000 of cassettes each week are not young people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, because
So-
I know the homie. I don't want to get his name. Is it Dean Kell?
Dean, from the band. Yeah,
The band,
Unique Vibrations.
My man.
Shout out to
goes
y'all,
and
man.
Yeah,
Killers.
shout out to him. Shout out to
So
Dubs.
talented. Love those
Yes,
guys.
yes.
Pause.
Talk about them for days. They got a great sound. But he tells me all the time. He goes and buys cassettes, and he took me up to Rock Island for the Biggest World, and he had cassettes on cassettes. Wu-Tang. I mean, just all kinds of old
He's
stuff.
a student for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And we listened to that all the way up and all the way back.
Some of
Smoking and conversations, everything, man. Hey, look, so it's out there. The outlet's out there. I just don't think the younger cats are going to, I mean, you give them a tape, they're like,
Well, so as I'm
Probably look at
listening
you
to
like,
this,
what?
is not some of the onus or responsibility maybe on us?
Yeah.
Maybe we should be
100%
supporting
on.
Of
our
course.
Yeah.
physical media. We should have been supporting our fellow artists in that way.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
so like right now we could tell them, the actual, where they can go in Rohay to actually, talk to the guy. You know what I mean?
We have to make it an event. We have to make it an experience to make the
an
people who
experience is key.
are not used to that want to experience it.
Yes.
So, like,
we
that's
come
a
from
fact.
that. We come
That's
from
a
it.
fact.
So it's not hard for us to understand it. They don't even understand the value.
They may
of
never
it.
get it.
Right.
No, they won't.
Right.
One of the stories that I tell is I remember when the day Ether came out.
Yeah.
Right, I'm in New York. We're big Jay-Z fans where I'm at. All my homies were all at the park.
Yeah.
We was all so excited. Ether was coming out. K-Slay was premiering it.
Yeah.
We 20, 30 deep in the park. It's a moment that we still talk about in the group chat.
Right.
Shout out to the guys. We still talk about it. And I just say that to say these kids, I don't even want to say kids. I don't want to sound like I'm
Right.
targeting.
Right.
But the new music experience
Yeah.
doesn't offer you that. Like we were sitting there waiting, and when you heard that drop, and I love Hope, my favorite rapper all the time. When you heard that drop, it was like an experience.
Right.
So they don't. So how do we bring
Another
that
thing
back?
we got to bring back is regional radio.
Well, I've been
gotta
saying
bring
that
that
up.
since the
But
day
yeah.
I got here.
Yeah.
Because when I got here, I tried to find my way. So I went to the barber shop. I was trying to figure out who was doing what.
Yeah.
And there was no regional radio even back then, 2011.
Yeah.
So I've always felt that way. Like, why is there not a radio station that's playing local stuff? I don't even want to say local. It doesn't. I actually get away from that. But
Right.
people who
But-
are here.
but a
why is
local
it not-
personality.
Exactly
A
here.
local
Yes, people who are
personality.
here.
Yeah.
Why is it not playing the stuff of people who are here? And I've always
Just
thought
got a
that was
strong
an issue.
base here, man. Like they give us the 89.3, but which used to
And
we
they-
used to have the 88.1,
I was
but
about
it
to say
wasn't
that.
a strong bass. Like it, after a while, it just died down.
Or
you know?
it went to top 40 stuff. And it was
Yeah,
playing top 40 stuff.
So it just died down. It's like it's not a strong enough bass for the local. And even when they did give us the local, I believe it was like maybe they did it for an hour. And which was a strong hour. I mean, because I called in and got some GFG played. All the homies that I wanted to hear played. You know, my sister called in all the time. All my cousins, like, you know what I mean? So it was, like, it was a good hour, you know what I mean? Because we got to hear the locals at the time that was hot. I mean, the Joe Ashby's, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if you were
Wrist
hot
work,
back there,
remember? Wrist work. Fat Mac was all over the
wrist
radio.
work, yeah. So, like, it was great because you got to hear all that stuff. We just don't have a strong enough thing to do that right now. And if it is, like, we have to do like live streams, like right now.
I was going to say, shameless plug. I will say that is what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Is cultivate celebrating each other, because if we got to this point to have this, to be able to have the articles
talk to
about
everybody.
you, all the stuff, like we need to celebrate each other.
And that's how we bring it back. So
Yes,
sir.
Again, these things died out with our generation.
Yes, sir.
So our generation has to revive them. And then now we're at a unique point of history with people being open to older rappers.
Yes,
Right.
sir. I agree.
Right.
I said this earlier.
So
I said
the
this
young
earlier.
man sport thing that still gets said, but with hip hop turning 50 and everybody celebrating that, it opened up a newer conversation.
Right.
So the culture of hip hop is 50, but the rapping as a legitimate outlet or avenue is only about 35 years old. So the culture started with DJs and dancing. And
So let's bring them back.
Yeah, and then the rappers,
Stupid.
Well, my fault.
even all the rappers always had to have a DJ with them. In the
Yeah, and a
early
hype
days.
man, yep.
You know, so if you were rapping and you didn't have a DJ, you wasn't a rapper, pretty much. And you know, in that span of time, then in the '90s, things started separating. DJs went this way. I actually say
Avenues.
hip hop went this way and rap went this way.
Right.
Because you know, in the early days, hip hop and rap were on the same path. But then when it got about '93, when gangster rap took over, hip hop went one way, rap went another way.
Yeah, because you couldn't. Yeah, because
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, because like my mom let me start listening to Snoop. I was, you know what I mean? Because before then it was MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, and like those type of rappers. But as soon as she let me get that physical copy of Doggy Style, kiss that by Hammer. Like, you know what I mean? And I was with that.
Doggy Style was a big deal.
Yeah, I was with that. Like, it turned me into like, oh, this is what the world is.
Right.
Facts.
And then the funny thing with the West Coast was, you know, led the way in things getting gangster. But even today, if you want to look at a place in the culture that still respects live instruments, the West Coast is the only place that really still has that respect. Or the church. You know, yeah.
You know what it is? Oh, hey. But I mean, New York still, you know.
Well, yeah,
Mecca.
we for sure, but we definitely, it was a unique place to grow up because the biasness, I don't want to say biasness actually, we almost were too close-minded though. Because when I moved to Ohio, I was 22, I think, and it was the first time I got hip to like UGK and like Scarface. Like I heard the songs.
they were there.
I heard the
They were in
songs that
Ohio
were on
heavy.
BET.
Right.
But we didn't hear anything beyond that.
Yeah.
Like every Friday, hip hop was a big deal in New York. We would go to the local joint and grab the mixtapes. Right. But it was Clue and all these guys.
But y'all
it was
had
only
so much,
New York music.
Y'all
Though, is what I mean.
Y'all had so much New York.
Like when you said Fab, I had so many memories with Fab from all the mixtapes and shit. They wasn't putting on no little Scrappy.
Right.
None of that, you know.
Right.
So when I got to Ohio though, I got turned on to Chameleonaire and just so much stuff where I was like, there's real rapping going on in other places outside of New York.
That's right.
But let the people I grew up with tell it.
That
In the
was
'90s,
BS.
we wasn't listening to nobody else.
That's all about
50 Cent, 03, Dipset, like we was just
See,
we
you
wasn't.
guys are spoiled.
Well, you know what? You're right. You're right.
They got used to running things.
Yeah, you guys are spoiled. So that
You know.
when that South came along, it was you know what I mean?
Get
there
Rich
was
or
even.
Die,
Go ahead. Go
Get
ahead.
Rich or Die Trying was the last street hip hop that was backed by the industry. Mm-hmm. You know, street music still gets made, but Get Rich or Die Trying, that was the last industry backed street album. Then everything went south in the mainstream.
Well, I mean, because everyone started beefing, and things started getting shot and stabbed and beat up on the corners and everything. I mean, they were scared of that Pac thing happening again.
All
that
that,
big
that's
thing
what I'm
happening
saying.
again. Like they were scared of that stuff happening again. They were like,
that didn't stop.
No, I'm saying that was always happening.
Yeah.
It just it's glorified now because everything's on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I remember, getting checked and being pulled away from people so that they could get their point across.
Yeah.
It wasn't about I'm not here to show out. We here. You did this, and now you're being punished for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you learned lessons. Yeah. It was just a different time. Now everything is for clout, so it's just different. I don't want to sound like the hater, but it's so different.
Yeah, no.
I just feel like some of the artists.
The truth isn't hating.
Right.
Well, but they just view things so differently.
You're right.
Their world is different.
You're right.
So I look at the rappers I grew up listening to, whether it was Nas, Hove, whoever it was. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like they was giving me gems, and I'm no smarter than anybody else, but I think they helped me make better choices. You know what I mean? And I just listened to the hip hop my daughter listens to or whatever. And I'm not so sure it's helping her make better choices. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like rap back in the day used to come with the consequences in the music. Like you would hear about, whether.
Well, yeah, because Biggie would give you a story, and he'll let you know, what came about of that.
I
just
give
you
like
the whole story.
They was telling, yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
say it though. I don't know. Maybe rap always been on bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe rap always been on bullshit. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, even MWA, like when they give you the story of what was going on, they told you like, hey, this is what. Even though you don't think this is what's going on in California, you think it's the palm trees and stuff like that. When they came and told you what was going on in Compton, it was an eye opener. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So like I mean, you get the consequences no matter what. Because even Ice-T told us.
There's been a heavy conversation that's came up on this platform at least 5 different times.
What's up?
I've lost sleep over it.
What's up?
Well, no, about is hip hop a net negative in today's society? And the reason why I struggled with that, because a lot of people have said it. Honestly, Ray said it. Mm-hmm. They kind of said gangster rap.
Right.
But then they started to say, like, how it's being glorified, all these things, and said they shouldn't just rap about it at all. But somebody like me, telling my story is what helped me get through some of that shit. I gotta be able to tell my story.
So like counseling.
If you really lived something, you gotta be able to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Is how I feel.
Right.
What about the hip hop that's got the kid whose mom's is going through it, fighting with her dad, with the dad, whatever, and he listening to it walking to work, but he not causing trouble, so we're not thinking about the positive of hip hop in his ears,
right? Keeping
him from crashing out. I feel like when they talking about hip hop being a negative, we only hear about those stories. We don't hear about the kid on the football team. Right. Who might have an alcoholic parent, but his hip hop playing in now he working out. That hip hop getting him. We don't hear those stories.
Motivational.
Though. So I had to stand up for that. I'm actually a little passionate about it right now because it's been a heavy conversation on here.
Well, I mean,
and I'll be honest with y'all, it's made me say, okay, it's hip hop. My daughter's 18 years old.
Okay.
She's big hip. I'm big hip hop head. So, but she listens to a lot of new music.
Right.
And I do think it has a negative effect on her. So I've been struggling because she listens to a lot of the Vons and the Dirks and all this stuff. And I don't hate on it, but the message is clear.
Right.
The message in the music is clear.
Right.
Compared to, like we talked about earlier, she also likes Ice Cube, J. Cole. And you can see the difference in when she's even vibing from one type of music, gangster rap, like new gangster rap, to old gangster rap. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy.
But
so I'm curious about your opinion.
Because then I want to think, like, for me to say something about it, it's like, man, it's like, that's where they're from. It's what they see.
Is it being glorified more today than it used to?
Well, they want it like that. Think about it.
Did Jeezy not glorify it, though?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what
the snowman, all that, right?
That's what they. But so,
did NWA glorify that lifestyle? Did Dre and Snoop glorify it? Was it glorified though? Is what I'm asking.
The problem is the barrier to entry is lower, so it's easier for people to make the music. It's easier to put it out, and it's not a standard of quality like it used to be. And then when you're young, a lot of young people
talk that shit, man.
You just want to prove you're tough. You just think you got to prove you're tough. And today, when we were coming up, we didn't have access to the weapons that they have. We weren't. You'd hear a lot more about fighting than shooting.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more potential for murder today. So in hip hop today, the popular, most promoted and more mainstream hip hop is a negative. However, if the culture gets back in the hands of the people, of the creators, and not the people who say if we stop serving up what people who are not from this culture, who just wants you to keep giving them what they think you are and what role they think you occupy, and we can just create and we're able to just express our authentic voices, you'll
shit.
see how positive it is.
Right.
You know, but we
The
have
creation of it, yes.
Yes, the people who create get told, well, this isn't believable, this isn't selling, the
Right.
audience doesn't want to hear that, the metrics show this is what's working, because the industry doesn't set trends, it recognizes trends and just puts their favorite in position to make money.
So, what would be your next move if you were trying to?
Well, I'm more clear than I've ever been when it comes to what I create and what space I occupy. You know, I've stamped my, I've put my flag down on the adult contemporary hip hop space. This is the next phase of hip hop. This is the resetting of the culture. This is the, you know, people taking back what it is, because everybody's sick of the destruction.
Right.
Everybody's tired of it.
That's a fact.
Because it's facts.
But you know, the people that make the money are going to keep driving what makes them money. So you
UMG.
know, the goal is not even to get signed, because they'd only tell us no anyway.
So that's what you're telling the youngins right now. The goal is to stay independent.
My goal is to rally up people in my age range,
Right.
because all of us grew up with hip hop, you know, and we still need music that speaks to us and speaks for us. And we still have people who can still create.
Right.
So we need to curate events. We need meet and greets. We need, you know, like the hard physical copies, like you
Yes.
say at the store.
Yes.
We need events. We need open mics. We need, you know, things that cater to us and get the money circulating. And we need regional radio back. You know, it's so many things. We need to keep having these conversations, and everybody needs to get their confidence back, because we all know, those of us who quit, we all know why, because you know when you're not wanted. You know, you can only tell you can only tell somebody so long that you don't want them and they don't have a place here. But
Right.
there is a place, and you know, our voices are needed. You know,
That's a
the
fact.
That is
ladies
facts.
need better representation. Then give me five female rappers right now. You're off the top of your head.
I'm Nicki, Cardi, Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Ice Spice, does she rap?
Ice Spice,
Oh my gosh.
Meg,
Meg, oh yeah, Meg.
Glorilla.
Lotto.
That's
I
all.
forgot.
That's all the same. That's all the
Yeah.
same thing.
There's one
in
that-
5 different forms.
I can't think of
I
her name.
actually
I
think
can't think of
that
her name.
Nicki
Uh,
had a little more play
can't
with her
think of her name.
flow.
Yeah,
Nicki,
yeah.
I don't put Nicki
But
in that
she's
category.
not.
That's
She's
so good a
not.
question you asked me that.
She's not, as far as a lyricist.
Yeah, she's above.
Okay, she's better. But as far as the image, as
No,
far
the rest of
as
those girls are all
the
the same.
body type, the makeup, the
But wasn't
the
Kim
hair.
like that too?
I just know the product.
Kim was the 90s.
I just know the product.
Yeah, but she don't get the same recognition as those
No.
girls who kind of sell
Yeah, I
it.
just know the product. She got a lot
She
of
could
fame.
rap, bro.
They need-
No,
she
she's fire.
My
son.
point
Yeah.
is,
And she could rap.
the ladies need more representation.
Yeah, they
That's a
got-
fact.
Yeah,
There's some
yeah.
female rappers I follow
Right,
that
I
could really
can't think of the
rap.
one that Kendra
Yeah.
just stamped. Kendra just stamped one, and I can't think of her name, but I listened to like 4 of her songs, and she's hot as hell, man. Can't think of man. I wish I could. I wish maybe someone could say it in the comments. And,
I know they just put out a girl named Doechii. She's she's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And but yeah, my point with that was the ladies just need more representation.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I said, that lyricism will make its way back to mainstream through the ladies. Mm-hmm. So you know, having actual, caring about the pen, because
Yes.
Lotto can rap,
Yes.
Nicki can rap, Rhapsody, Meg can rap.
Yes, she can.
It's just they just need something that isn't as sexualized. Rhapsody is one of one and has been the only her to reach that level in almost 20 years. So that may be something I want to curate as well. I just don't know. Y'all know some ladies in this area that they get down like that?
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's
Queen.
there's a few for sure.
Because
Yes.
if y'all
Shout
do,
out to Ari.
hey, if y'all
Shout out to Colo.
hey, y'all got some plugs with the 'Cause
Dynasty.
y'all
Shout
got
out to
some plugs
Dynasty.
with the venues. Y'all do venues at Lefties.
Yeah,
So
man.
help me get a venue. I'll put on the show for ladies that rap.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm with
curate a
that.
show for ladies that
I'm
rap.
with that. We got some. I mean, we got some dope. We got some dope our females here, man. I mean, our singers and rappers. So yes,
Yeah, the
we would
female
love
lyricists
to. I would
definitely
love to. Come
don't
see
get the
that.
love here that
Yeah.
they deserve, for
They
sure.
should get way more.
That's a fact.
Because I'm
They
off
bring
that.
out the crowds too. Let's just be real. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. They bring out the crowds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. You know what I mean?
I'm off the destruction, man. You know.
Right.
And then
I was there. Matter of fact, that wasn't destruction, guys. I was really saying, like, hey, they do bring out the crowds. Y'all bring out crowds too. Don't get mad at your team. You know, team.
we have the years on us. We have the wisdom. We've survived some things, and we have a voice. You know, I ain't trying to preach to nobody.
Right.
But
Right.
The whole thing is just we need to build what we want to see.
Right.
Because just like in the early days of hip hop, they didn't think it was going to be anything. So now they think, you know, it's,
And now we're
once you reach a certain age,
now we're
your work-
debating about everything in this hip hop world, man. You can't even.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
your
lie
top
to you.
five. These days, your top five is questionable.
That's a fact. I'm not gonna lie to you though. You talking that you got something to say for sure.
And I love it.
Just as somebody who talks to a lot of people, this is what we do here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You have a message that I really get behind.
And I would love to help support.
I do really get behind it. I still I don't want to say younger because that's not true, but younger than me. So I am still, for lack of a better word, outside and kind of tied to that element. So I do struggle sometimes with knowing that they're not looking necessarily for the violence and shit that comes with the music either.
No, they're
they
not.
just trying to go to some of their shows sometimes.
Yeah.
They might be 10 deep. Other motherfuckers show up 10 deep. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I understand that.
So I do struggle,
The vibes
but
is
at
clash.
the same time, they also know like they might have made a song about somebody else. Mm-hmm. They're friends and stuff. It's just a different.
Yeah.
But so I do struggle with that a bit.
Yeah.
Of how do we bridge the gap?
And because what the hip hop was founded on competition of taking some negative energy and turning it into creative things. But
Facts.
now it's turned into
Fuck that shit, man.
violence. Now it's not the original use of it is going beyond that, and you know it's
And-
kind of out of control.
And me and my
It's
home,
definitely out of control.
right. And me and my homie tried to bring that back. Me and my homie, my uncle K J-Mo.
Shout out to J-Mo, man.
Yeah, man, give you a belly. And if you don't
Yeah,
know about the
big
belly,
facts.
belly, gives
that's
you
your
that
uncle?
belly,
Okay.
belly. Yeah,
All
you know
right,
what I'm
all
saying?
right. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right.
Shout out J-Mo.
Big
I'm
facts.
ready for my plate. You know what I'm saying? No, we try to bring that back. The contest type. You know what I'm saying? We've had two.
We can't.
And
We
you know
can't.
what? It actually wasn't as bad. It was just that it wasn't as bad. I want to say it did take a turn a little bit because no one likes losing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing.
No one likes losing. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't get ugly. How about that? How about this?
No, for
Where,
sure.
it didn't get ugly. You just did. Some where you hoped someone took it a little better than what it was. They didn't, and that's all it was.
And
was
then
just
it turns out you trying to do something good, and then you
Yeah.
turn out now they got a beef because they lost.
right
And it's just
competition. Some competition.
Yeah, man,
And,
like-
and I don't mean to laugh. Trust me, I'm not laughing. I'm just I just remember what went down, and that's all it was. Like we still talk. Everybody that was in the competition, lie no lie. If you watching this or if you see this, you know that everyone still talks. So it wasn't no beef or nothing like that. That got too crazy. But like I said, people just don't like to lose, and
Right.
I was like that when I was young too. Trust me. So don't think
Yeah.
I'm saying anything. I lost competition, and you could ask Big Homie Caution and Montez and all them guys that we lost to. Like, you know what I mean? I was not happy when I lost that. I was trying to open up for Young Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I didn't take it well either. But I get it. We try to bring that back to element, and we're gonna still try to bring it back because people still ask for it. Still ask for contests, so we're still going to do that in the future.
I think the solution for that is showcases and fundraisers.
Right.
So because as soon as you offer the competition element, it's going to cause problems, man. And we can't avoid it. We trying to build. You know, so,
That's all we were trying to do. Just get the artists out to see that there's other artists out there and network. We're making it easy for you guys to network and instead of trying to find the talent you need to collab with. That's what we were trying to do, is show you that, hey, we brought all these rappers here. We got some that flew in from Omaha, some that flew in from Iowa City. Like, we had people travel for this contest. You know what I'm saying? And it was good. It was a great turnout, and you know what I mean. My uncle sold a lot of food, and I do remember he was happy about that. And you know what I mean. And it was a great thing. Like I said, the crazy thing was, you know, people didn't like to lose. Right. You know what I mean. And you know, I just feel like hip hop was shown that night because we had a lot of gratitude. You know what I mean. And hip hop was shown that night, and then we did the singing contest as well, and that was some amazing voices. You know what I mean. When you don't expect, you know, from some people to show you their talent the way they do, and
what I think,
incredible.
Like, the way to beat that is do showcases, but everybody that participates and performs, they have to have something to sell. And then when you show them some quality from the stage, and people come to tap in with you, and that's how you win. Right. That's how you walk away with some money in your pocket. You have something that you could sell them right there on the spot. Exactly. That way, now you're not saying this one was better than that one or anything like that. Everybody can gravitate to what spoke to them, but we need to get everybody in a location, shake hands and meet people.
That's what I was trying to do.
Circulate some money.
Make it easy for them to see that you know, the talent is there that you want. You know, that you want to create your magic with. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we were trying to do for the younger audience and the younger artists that we have here in Des Moines that are incredible. Trust me,
that's got my wheels turning now.
Yeah, man. Trust me when I tell you, like I'm telling you, like we have like that day. My uncle was doing a lot of the work. J-Mo, I'll give you credit. Trust me, because I know you were. The uncle was doing a lot of the work, making sure stuff over here. He had me getting tickets and stuff. But once the music actually started and people were showing us what they were doing, that's when the magic happened. You know what I mean?
So if we had some local businesses, T-shirt shops, you know, physical media, you know, print out and some stuff like that. So every artist that wanted to participate, you pay a flat fee, you get your materials, you come up with your best stuff, and then when you put on that show, everybody that attends, you part of attending, be ready to spend some money. Yeah. Even if it's free entry, and then, you know, pay for the event by everybody just gives a percentage of their sales or something. But everybody shows up ready to spend money, let them artists make money off their craft and off their performance. And that'll be a way to, you know, boost some confidence, keep the drama low, you know, make a story that can be told, you know, people will tell when they came in.
Talent that make money. Yeah, don't that make money? I love that.
That might be a solution. I just thought of that on the spot, man. We might have to make that happen.
All right, man. Well, I mean, you see me sitting here, you know what I'm saying, just chopping it up, you know what I'm saying, with the homie Klazik here on Do Better Media, you know what I'm saying?
Better, taking the eye out of media, baby.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, man, tell us what's up. What's coming up with you, man? What can we look forward to Klazik in the future? In the future, not the future.
Hey, I'm just happy to be here.
I got some shows in Texas this week, coincidentally. I'll be leaving on Tuesday, coming back next Monday.
Can't bring some barbecue back.
Shout out to traveling. Shit.
Yeah. Dallas, Austin, and Houston this week.
Shout out Texas.
I'm expecting a lot of content. I'm supposed to be hitting like mix show commercial radio would get to you any day now.
That's what's up, man.
It's really a turn in my catalog. You know, I've never put out anything like that. This is the first song I've ever used auto-tune on. You know, it's the first time me being a little more melodic and a little more entertaining. But I think this is gonna propel me into some new rooms and new levels and give me some new opportunities. I just won the first adult contemporary hip hop award at the Iowa Music Awards.
There it is. Shout out to you on that one, man. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I know it's the first in Iowa. I think it's the first anywhere. You know, so I'm really I'm waving this flag, man.
I know that's right.
So right now, I'm the face of adult contemporary hip hop.
There it is.
You know, and my cause is to get people like you, get people like yourself, get people like Ray West, get people, you know, who
Shout out to Ray.
Who
my brother.
it's more than a hustle to us.
Right.
Facts.
We're not just
Talk that
opportunists.
shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? And
Talk
we're not
that shit.
just trying to get in and, you know, treat people like trash. Like, I got some training curriculums drawn up and everything.
That's what's
Love
up,
that.
man.
Love that.
You know what I'm saying? Make me better. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I know better than when I do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all having me.
Man, we
This is a
thank you
great
for
setup,
coming, man.
This
Hey,
is a
thank
great
you,
setup.
thank you, thank
You know what
you.
I'm saying?
Well, before we get out, we're going
Yeah,
to talk
man.
about the Iowa Awards a little bit. They just happened.
Don't say. I knew you
It
were going
just
to do it.
happened. So kind of, you guys, if you want to give kind of a how it went, just kind of
Yeah.
a quick rundown of it or whatever.
I think it was great, man. They had up in Cedar Falls,
Right.
in the Holiday Inn.
I went to the
which
first
had
one.
The event center attached.
So this was the second one?
This was the third one.
Third one. Got it.
Plus, I went to the second one. My fault.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and it was dope, and we had a Lifetime Achievement Award given to Kevin Burt. You know, we passed out awards for cover band to country band. The people were, I think they had it was the group was called Gravecore. I think it's like a horrorcore band, and it was just a dope experience. People,
That's what's up,
people
man.
perform. It was like I think I heard it was like over 800 people, somewhere around 1,000 people in there. Everybody was dressed up. It was dope, man.
Love that. Love that. Love
Pictures and things like that.
Yeah, my homie, KT and Ray Wilson was nominated out of my family. So
Yeah.
I was like, I love that.
And it's like there was some complaints after, but
Oh, there's,
you know,
I mean, I've seen plenty of those.
yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna always be some complaints. But ask them people that complained if they submitted,
Right.
because just like no matter how good you are at basketball, when they announce tryouts, if you want to be on the team, if you don't try out, you're not eligible to be selected for the team.
Right.
So if you didn't submit, they're not just going out and listening to everybody in Iowa's music. If you want to be considered, you have to submit.
Right.
And there's a small fee. Like this year was like $30.
Oh, so there was.
If you
So
go,
I didn't know that.
but you have a fan vote. If you win the fan vote, you don't have to pay.
Okay.
That's the
So
way.
that makes sense.
Okay, understandable.
Because like, but also, so what was Ray nominated for?
Oh, I believe it
Host of
was
the year?
promoter.
Promoter of the year?
It
What
was.
would you, what would you be submitting? So that's, I guess that's a good question. Cause like music, I understand.
Yeah.
But some of these awards weren't music based.
Right.
So what do you submit? Just your resume
Right.
kind of?
So yeah, you have to have your resume. You have to have proof or something. You know. Some
I wonder
footage
if
or
Ray
something.
was fan voted though.
I believe it was.
So that would make sense because then they wouldn't have,
Yeah.
Right.
So
So-
that's something that we give to people that
because Ray's for the people.
yeah.
Telling you that right now.
That's an option
Shout-
to people so they don't have to pay. But if you go to the Grammy website, it's $125 to submit for a Grammy.
Yo,
Right.
This is actually, I'm glad this came up. Keep going because what you're saying makes sense. That's what I told
Right.
you. Because
I
you know
just didn't
that's
know.
the point of this is to keep our ears tuned to what
Yeah.
everybody's talking about
This
and
stuff
stuff.
costs money to put on. And I
Right.
say we because, you know, it was Tone that founded it. And so, you know, anytime I can help him out, like I was bouncing around, I might, it was a 4-hour event. I might have sat down for a total of an hour, but not straight. But,
Right.
I'm helping people out over here and over there.
Understandable.
And so, but this all came out of his pocket. You know what I'm
Understandable,
saying?
man.
So this stuff, it costs money.
So how does the process go of winning? So it's not voted on by the fans. There's a committee of some kind.
There's the fan vote, and then I think he said he had 20 people that
commi-
volunteered for the committee.
Okay, got it.
What's
Got it.
up?
So
So
yeah.
you don't pay to win.
No,
You can't
you
what's
pay
the
to
word?
say, hey, I want to be considered.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is you can't put the odds in your favor by paying more money.
No,
So,
everybody
okay, so
paid
this
the
makes
same
sense.
submission fee.
So see this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And when you bring up the Grammys and submission fees at much larger
Yeah.
shows, what you're saying makes a lot of
And
sense.
every winner got a I got a picture on my phone, but it's a trophy.
Yeah.
You
Nice.
know, and
Look good.
even the nominees got a metal placard that said nominee. You know, so it's not nobody's just like nobody is coming up off of this. This is something that we're trying to get everybody in.
I'm really glad that this came up. So that makes sense. And Did you also pay to perform?
No.
So if you wanted to perform there wasn't a pay for the performance?
It wasn't a he only had a few performers.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't like a concert.
Got you.
So I think it was they had the national Jayana sang the national anthem. Kevin Burt, he had a set, Gravecore.
Okay, got
It
you.
might have been like five, but it was it was on the award show. So
Right.
If you were nominated, did you also pay to get in?
No, your submission and your nomination, you have access to that, but you could upgrade to like VIP. They had general
Makes
admission.
some kind of sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I've heard a lot of you paying for awards
But
narrative.
most of the complaints come from people who didn't do any investigating.
So I will say this: is there any onus of responsibility on the people who put it together to maybe find worthy talent that isn't necessarily trying to submit? As soon as I say this out loud, I was going to say no, because your team is going to submit you to the Grammys.
Right.
I'm
Right.
just hearing myself say it out
Yeah.
loud. I'm just trying to play what the other side is
And
saying.
can you imagine trying to go to every major city in Iowa and try to find every
That's a
artist
fact. That's a fact.
that has dope music?
That's a
why
fact.
I said you gotta, like I said,
I feel like they
all
give
the
you
team
enough
can
time,
do
like-
is announce.
What you're saying makes sense.
All the team can do is announce tryouts. If you want to be on the team, you got to try out.
No,
So
that
if
makes
you want to
sense.
be considered, you have to submit. Like I
And then they
can't
give
listen
you
to all
time
these
to do it.
people.
Like I seen where everyone that was nominated had the time to do it to get their fans out there, and I've seen the ones that put in the work to do it. So Entree, who's from Des Moines, you know what I mean? Got to stop, give him props.
Entree be working too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Entree be
Like,
working.
you know what I mean? So Shireen, she works. Boom, she's in there with her band. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I mean? But I didn't know all this. I didn't know all the information.
No, for
to,
sure.
You know what I mean? To be like, to have the debate. You know what I mean? I feel like my only part I had in the debate was like, I went last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's all I have is what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the idea. I love what I've seen last year. I loved meeting the artist that was there. I got to follow the artist that I met. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like these guys wasn't nowhere in my thoughts. Now I know who they are. It's like me going on tour with with Ray West and saying meeting these new artists, but I got to actually see these guys be celebrated for what they do and what I do, and it was cool to see. And
And let me add this as well. On year 2, it was held in Riverside Casino.
yeah, I was there for that. That was
But
dope.
it got a mayoral proclamation from the city of Cedar Rapids, and this year he got 2 proclamations because it was in Cedar Valley. So that's Cedar Falls and Waterloo. Both mayors were there. Both mayors gave him a proclamation on the stage that night.
So it's gonna be in Waterloo next year.
That's too close. I know he's mentioned wanting to bring it to Des Moines.
That'd be great.
So, and I want to take the reins on the adult contemporary hip hop, and I want to take the reins on lyricists of the year, and I want to do things around that. I want to bring people out who want to get that, because Killer Quay won lyricist.
I had him at the contest. He was part of the contest.
Yeah, Killer Quay can go, and so those are categories that I care about, and I want to be treated with care, handled with care. So I want to put together an experience for those who want to be recognized on that stage. So I don't think I'm going to participate in any more awards, but it'll be more in trying to get people,
Recognition.
get the people out.
Yeah.
And get people to participate and be celebrated.
I'm
Because
glad we talk
again,
about that.
none of us are gonna have access to the Grammys. It's not very likely. You know what I'm saying? So what was trying to be done by Tone was give us our Grammys, And like I said, there were
Our
people on
recognition.
stage that night crying, crying at these awards because you're just doing something you love and something that gives you fulfillment, but it's
people
not
recognize
likely
it.
you're gonna be on that stage getting the little gold.
And people recognize it. Like, and some
Yeah,
of us
man.
don't get that all the time, man. We get it from our homies, you know what I'm saying? And
You see that?
We get it from a homie.
Look who messing up the live. Look who messing up the live.
Because he wants to be part of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he wants to be part of it.
He don't see us on live right now.
He sees us
He don't
working.
see us on live right now.
I mean, what's going on?
We're going to have to let him ring away.
Yeah. Because he sees us working.
Should we decline his ass? We on live. What are you doing?
Hey, listen, he sees us working.
All
It
this time.
better be about making us a plate. You know what I mean?
It better be about some chicken.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to the sides though.
Yeah, you know
I ain't gonna lie, the sides be
The
slapping.
fried cabbage.
Shout out to the side.
Mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Sides be slapping.
Got me feeling like Monterey Jack cheese. He's off when I hit that.
Hey, so I'm really glad that you said it that way because there has been a lot of talk here, and I do think it's a little bit unique to Des Moines.
Yeah.
Specifically, I feel like Des Moines feels a little left out.
No, I was part of the first year he came down to Des Moines. Nobody wanted to fuck with him. Nobody wanted to give him no information. And the people who saw it, then he did it at a venue that had him, and then later on he talked to somebody and be like, "Oh yeah, don't nobody respect that venue." Like, why are you watching him? He came down to try and get Des Moines involved.
Yeah.
So instead of talking, you pretty much sabotage. If you want to be involved, he didn't ask you for no money. He didn't ask you to do nothing. He was trying to get the capital city involved. And the same thing happened, in year 2. I live in the Des Moines area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get tapped in myself. I know Entree. I don't know that many people.
Right. We start. That's why Big Ray West. I gotta get shout out.
Tapped
I know
in,
we
baby.
keep shouting out my big bro, Big
Everybody
Ray
come
West.
through here.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's something in the past 2 years Ray West has been trying to do is, link the city in. No matter if it's the young artists or if it's the older artists, we give him a chance. And so. You know what I mean? That's something he's been trying to do is get the city together, and just so we can see all these artists and come together. And so we got to work with Entree, man, in the last 2 months. And man, when I say a wonderful talent, a wonderful mind.
Oh yeah.
And he has some beautiful talent around him. I can't wait to work with him. So yeah, I gotta say, I think Big Ray West is helping out in that area. I'm not gonna say he's the only one because there are plenty of people that are in the background that are doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
It's just I hate to say it because a lot of us don't have much time left, but it is going to take a little time, for that to happen because not everybody's just a trusting artist. You know what I mean? And just going to let their
It's been on the news. It's received proclamations from 3 mayors now.
Right. It's about time.
Nobody's trying to scam you.
Right.
People are trying to build something for you.
Right.
For you to be celebrated, for you to show your kids.
Right.
And the people that show you that you ain't been wasting your time.
They need to get your ass an infomercial. They'll stop hating if they listen to you because I can't disagree. You know what I'm saying? What you're saying makes sense. Obviously, there's always questions and nuances to business models and things like that. But what you're saying makes sense.
Right.
It's not like because like we talk, because we didn't know how the structure worked. So it's like maybe you pay $1 to vote or something and something like, and then there's ways for it to be skewed. It makes sense to submit and to send a check with a submission. That makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, because every award show is going to do that. That just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So.
And then you are welcome. You're free to put on your own.
Right.
If you've ever put an event together, like I said, I know I heard over 800 people were in there that night.
Right.
That's not easy to do.
Right.
No, at all.
You know what I'm saying? And if put on an
for it to be
event,
a clean function.
Yeah. Put on an event
That many people
and get 800 people in there.
To be a clean function, yes, you're right. Because like I said, in our contest, nothing ugly happened, you know what I'm saying? But people don't like losing.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
But again, I keep telling them like, man, Des Moines, like it's the capital city.
It's tough
like,
here. It's
like,
tough
come
here.
on, like,
It's tough here.
but it needs to be involved though.
You're right.
It's the capital city.
It's tough here. We'll hear the information, like you said. He probably has talked to people here. It's like he didn't. Because they're gonna talk trash. Like the ones who didn't hear from him, they're gonna say something.
Yeah,
and that's
people-
what happens.
But
That-
you can't expect somebody that's building something to come and knock on your door and
Exactly.
ask you what to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you have to come out to those events that he is posting.
Right.
You know what I mean? He did. I mean, and we know he did. He had like 4 shows before the awards.
Well, we can talk about that too, because I definitely
right.
went to one. And
You're
I
right.
don't miss many shows here in Des Moines. I've been that way for a decade or more. I
Yeah.
definitely come outside. I didn't know none of those people.
Yeah.
I didn't know none of those artists. And I'm not saying I'm the barometer,
Right.
but I'm also telling you it should have came across my desk. So
Right.
like I'm gonna use like when
When
I
you
run
catch
into
wind, reach out because again, we don't know.
Right.
Well, granted, I do that. This is all kind of.
Yeah.
This is also new. This is also
Yeah.
growing. We are
Right.
trying to do
Yeah.
more things like this. Ultimately, we're actually renovating across the hall. Our ultimate goal is to be able to have 2 or 3 shows. Now you can do a media run when you come
Right.
here.
Yeah.
It's not just this show. You
We
can maybe
need
do
that,
his
bro.
show over
Right.
there.
We need that,
You can
bro.
do. So we are
Coming.
trying to do that. But
Just let
I
y'all
will
know.
say that with
Watch your
that,
vibes.
I went to one of those shows that was, and you know what? I'll also say this: it was packed.
Right.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
deny that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of people there. It was a very different crowd than Des Moines gets. Though.
Yeah.
That was not a Des Moines crowd there. I'm not
Right.
saying it wasn't people from Des Moines. I'm saying
Right.
that was not the Des Moines hip hop crowd.
Right.
How many shows have we been to and did where the front of the stage is packed? We singing the songs that we know from the rappers
Exactly.
that we know here. None of them were there. So I
Right.
found that interesting. I will say that. I found
Right.
it was, but
Nobody-
I also got turned on to people like Entree
Yeah.
and talented people who I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this
Right.
is clearly,
Nobody's trying to disrespect nobody or what they might feel is their city or their home. Nobody's trying to disrespect, but we can only do what we know.
Right.
And
Exactly.
if you got the information, just tap us on the shoulder.
Exactly.
Give us the info because this is meant to be all inclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Which is correct.
And nobody's trying to shit on anybody. So,
Right.
And keep in mind, we all men. Like I said, ain't nobody trying to come in your house and disrespect you. Keep
Hey,
in
we
mind.
got female rappers too, though.
Right,
Female
females
rappers
too.
too.
Females
Well,
too.
I'm saying
I'm
like
talking shit.
when we get into the conversation, like I'm
course.
not your son.
Right.
You know, so if we can disagree, but we not gonna disrespect going either way.
Right.
So again, we trying to include everybody because we all want to be celebrated. We all want to say this shit was in the news, this shit was on in the paper and broadcast news.
Right.
Man, this is something that's like I said, man. People cried at the nomination. You know what I'm saying? People
Right.
cried to being nominated. People cried to being on the stage and getting a trophy.
All right. So I mean,
These are the moments that everybody deserves, especially if you put
exactly.
in the
So
time.
we know
Well
in the
said,
future,
well
guys.
said.
So we know in the future, man. Like when we see these opportunities,
And I'll say right now, I'll be the Des Moines representative
There
for
it
the
is.
IMAs. I'm not gonna participate in any more of the trophies. You know,
Right.
My category will be adult contemporary hip hop and lyricist of the year. I'll be the Des Moines representative. You know what I'm saying? And
There we go, guys.
We want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to say, you know, I participated in what Iowa built and what Iowa is celebrating.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, what y'all got, man?
Well,
No, that I ain't gonna lie, man.
love that. I just
ain't gonna
love
lie,
that.
man. That was really well put together. It was a very good representation of what y'all are trying to build.
Yes.
I will say conversations like this are very important to that. And there
Yes.
isn't. I've said this very outwardly. Des Moines doesn't have a ton of media coverage. There's not a ton of There's like some smaller podcasts and stuff. There's GFG TV.
Yes.
It's probably the biggest
MCTV.
name. Yeah, those two. And those conversations do happen there, but we need more places
Yeah.
for these conversations to happen. So I think that's a good start. Because
Hey man, it's all love and respect, man.
Right,
Because
right.
again, I'm trying to tap in with y'all. I'm new. I'm not a visitor. This is home now, but I'm new.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
of those voices are going to watch this, though. I know that.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
just want to double down and say, like, I'm a believer in results.
Yeah,
I remove my feelings.
Yeah.
If somebody has results, I'm going to look into that.
that's right.
And though that show was packed, and there are talented people, and if you had, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people at this event, and it's impacting people, the results are there.
Yeah.
Alter it.
Now, how do you connect that to whatever you're trying to connect it to is another conversation. But
That's
I'm
right.
very big on results.
And let me
If something was that bad,
right,
I just don't think it works.
right. let me be clear again. All love, all respect to Des Moines and any city and any artist that felt left out or disrespected. That was not the intent.
Right.
But put your feelings to the side, and if you want to build, it's happening.
I love
Right.
If you want to build, if you want to be celebrated,
it. If you want to build, it's happening. Because I'll tell you the truth, took the words right out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because if
right.
y'all want to build,
It's happening,
it's happening.
man.
You see what we doing
Right,
around here,
man. Like
it's happening. Watch, we're gonna change camera angle. See that? Because it's happening.
it's happening.
We just figuring
Yeah.
shit out.
Yeah.
Hey man, genuinely appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, man.
I checked out
Before
some of
we
the
go.
joints. There was some real rap. Yeah, no,
Yes.
there was some real rapping going on in there.
Yes.
I enjoy that. Definitely
Yes.
different. It was different than what I'm used to hearing here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was born and raised in New York. I rap myself. You know what I'm saying? I love to get busy.
Before we go, is there a song that you want us to hear for the fans out there to hear? Because I know if I was still on that shit,
What would you choose?
your new one, like
Get to you?
Yes.
You want me to get?
yes, like I know that's weird, I know that, but this song's hot as hell, dog. Like I hope you guys have checked it out. It's him featuring DJ Luke Nasty. Like, look, the song's good. I have it on my playlist.
Thank you.
Most of the time.
Tell them where they can find everything for sure.
Everything is on all major streaming platforms. You search Klazik, Klazik. The most recent song is "Get to You" featuring DJ Luke Nasty and Tony the
Yes.
Boss. I also have a couple other songs I put
Tone the
out.
boss.
I got "Never Lose," which is kind of a
my shit.
inspirational song. I got the video one at the Cedar Rapids Independent Film Festival. Won first place in there. Got shown in
Congratulations.
other film festivals actually across the globe. I actually won in London as well.
Congratulations. All
It's
right.
incredible, man.
Yeah, man. So we
That's a
put in
minor little
work.
flex on the way out the
Yeah,
door.
you know
Like,
what I mean?
you know what I'm saying? What are we talking about?
Right.
And then I
You
got
said
one
Des
called
Moines. I won in overseas. What are
Right.
you talking about?
Yeah, man. And then I got one called Poker Chips, which is a little slick talk. You know,
All right.
And, so which one? I don't think "Get to You" is. I
Man,
don't
do
think
poker
that's
chips on them then.
Poker Chips.
Give them poker chips.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna play something, you got to connect to the Bluetooth and stuff. Whoever's gonna play it.
Okay, I can play.
So keep it going. the
Okay,
content
man.
going.
Or I can give you something that's unreleased. I can give you some
No,
unreleased.
it's pretty easy to get.
Yeah,
hooked up
I mean, while we handle that, your boy Tbear got a song coming out too. You know what I mean? On November the 12th with the homie Blaze from KC.
You should
it's
see
called
it.
What It Do, What It Do.
The
You know what I
Roadcaster.
mean? So y'all be on the
You should
lookout
show
for
up
that
on your
as well.
thing. Yeah, keep
I
talking.
keep dropping it. I keep dropping. Got another one dropping later on in the month called, West Side Don't Change. Hey, that's what I do. I love making music. I love creating. So that's what I do.
Or the Roadcaster.
The homie Big Ray West, he just dropped with Casey the Young Boss, and also CP, also the homie Test One called Kansas City Nights. That's out on all platforms right now. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking smooth banger for them. You know what I mean? For them nights that you just rolling through the city. You know what I mean? Because in KC you can just roll around 100 miles per hour and just drive through the lights. I didn't know you can do that, but I saw that on somebody's snap. They were just doing it. Like I was like this. Well, I mean, in KC you can do that. I would just hope they wasn't needing at the same time because the barbecue slaps.
showing up on mine.
You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
RODE.
I'm kind of hungry right now, so I had to think of barbecue again. You know what I mean?
doing your thing.
Yeah, man. Well, shoot, that's what I'm going to do. You're going to tell me to talk. I'm going to keep talking.
Maybe
you know
I'm
what I mean?
just not close
Somebody
enough.
tell me what the Lakers doing right now. The Lakers doing good. They beat the Pistons. My bad.
Just not.
You know what I mean? Somebody tell me. What's going down? You know what I mean? I heard my phone going off from fantasy, so I must be getting pints. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there it is. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. You know what I mean? Points, fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Looks like I'm gonna be 3-0 this week. I don't know about y'all, but your boy's getting it in.
Roadcaster.
This week I went in.
I
I'm
want to play for the people. We finna give y'all some exclusive shit, man.
All right, talk
Y'all
to
know
me.
what time it is.
Talk to me.
Y'all know what time it is.
It's time, music time, live time, music time.
You rapping for the people?
Yeah.
You gonna get us some shit?
Oh shit!
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Turn me down in the headphones a little bit.
Gotcha.
Oh snaps!
Because this one, as soon as I press play, I'm supposed to start rapping as soon as I press play, Check.
We ready?
Yeah, you good?
Pac-Man, your ghost is blue. Big stacks on my nose is blue. Big facts on my quotes is true. You like a bitch that's emotional. You know that jealousy's the lady of a nigga. Make you turn to your neighbor on a nigga. God said it's my season. See the flavor on a nigga. Bossed up, made my payment on you niggas. Yeah, I waited my turn. Now it's time I turn tables on you niggas. Yeah. Overdose potent. Fresh as the produce section, dripping in dopeness. Can't sniff it or smoke it, but it's a hit. And it'll get you open. Cut from the cloth of supreme spitters. Mean vocalists conquer the stage with a keen focus. You're now rocking to the king's opus. Check it, I work the method for the cream like Wu-Tang vocals. It's child's play, I'm counting Chuck E. Cheese, stacking these tokens. You broke and lazy too, I'm afraid of you, I'm paid in full. Moving like I got a payment due. A limited edition style, vintage. I should be protected at all costs. Why? Cause the flow's precious. Ain't no forgetting it. I'm that king with it, stepping selective. Your movement ain't nothing special if he ain't in it. Check your retinas, you can't see it, but you still feel it. My lines redefine braille, don't question it. It's definite. Bitch, yes, that's excellence. I get the beat and fuck it up. I'm XXX in it. Copy one of my raps in your group chat and get fire emojis back in your text messages. Call me Pac-Man, your ghost is blue. Big stacks on my notes is blue. Big facts on my quotes is true. You like a bitch that's emotional. You know that jealousy's the lady of a nigga. Make you turn to your neighbor on a nigga. God said it's my season. See the flavor on a nigga. Bossed up, made my payment on you niggas. Yeah, I waited my turn. Now it's time I turn tables on you niggas. Yeah, tables on you niggas. Yeah, I waited my turn. Look, I told him, write my name on the top of the game. You can't stop it, the spot's rocking if he in the house. I showed y'all what MCing about. Hard as iron on the mic, I'm something like MTing about. They love me like sweet tea in the south, but like chubby ones love honey buns. I got 99 haters, but I got 100 number ones. Get me on the ropes, then I double dutch. Boy, I'm too stupid, I mean double dumb. They say about lyrics, no one cares, so I spit a verse on the voice. Turned all 4 chairs. My school of rap, you needed respect from all of your peers. And I was top of my class for all 4 years. I'm Neo, mixed with more fears, but more fears. The bars is no holds barred, I show no fears. Got a lot of bright ideas, I'm lightheaded, sick in the head when I recite ideas. They need a mic medic. Call me Pac-Man, your ghost is blue. Big stacks on my notes is blue. Big facts on my quotes is true. You like a bitch that's emotional. You know that jealousy's the lady of a nigga. Make you turn to your neighbor on a nigga. God said it's my season. See the flavor on a nigga. Bossed up and made my payment on you niggas. Yeah, I waited my turn. Now it's time I turn tables on you niggas. Yeah.
We're talking about you're alive here.
Okay, damn.
You're alive here.
You got busy.
Would do better,
You
man.
got busy, man.
Thank you.
The homie Klazik just got done putting that
we
fire on the fire.
Can't appreciate it enough for you taking the time, man.
Yes.
Thank you for telling us kind of some of your story. Appreciate your service. Want to make sure to circle back to that. Let you know that's a big deal.
Yes, sir.
Super appreciate it.
Yes.
I know I can only speak for myself, coming from that cloth, from that era, of the lyricists and the rappers. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And I hope that it you see a lot of fruit from that. Yes, absolutely.
That means a lot, man.
Tbear, this is he's always he could do whatever he want here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I couldn't be doing this without him.
You know what I mean? Because
he's
me, I'm
appreciated around
here to say, man, ever since I met this man, it's been nothing but love. Very, 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 man, inspirational. Because I just saw the growth from what he's been doing, the growth from him and Tone, the whole team. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, they've all been just working.
They're all welcome here as well.
Yeah. I already asked Tone to come through. He said he's going to he's checking out his availability and he'll be through. I'd love to have you both back. Actually, that'd be get Tone in and get you both back. It'd be great energy. I just want to say thank you for coming by. You're always open. Like, I mean, he always tells me, I'm going to let y'all know. He always like, hey, man, whatever you want, just let me know. You know what I mean? So you're going to be hearing us on the track together. So I'm going to say y'all know that. Man, all I want to say is always my outro is always this, man. Never stop dreaming, never stop moving, and never stop creating. Man, that's something that we wake up, and that's what we want to do in life. So all the youngins out there, if you're watching, to know to just keep doing you. Don't let nobody stop you. And I know that's a cliche, but it's real out here because it's very easy to hate, but it's very hard to keep moving. So I'm telling you, just keep doing you. And man, thank you for your time. And this is Do Better.
It's KLAZIK, all platforms. Make sure you
Klazik.
check the homie out.
Yeah, man.
The Iowa Music Awards.
Y'all heard
They're
'em.
trying to put on. Y'all know what it is. Putting on for the lyricists. We appreciate you.
Do better.
Do better.
Appreciate y'all.